Good morning. Happy Friday. Let's see what markets could do today. Here's the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. All right, let's go. Starting with the Qs. Our upper level today is 625.90, around 626. The mid is 623.40. And the lower is 622.35. The 5MA, the 5-day moving average, is at 623 and rising. We follow the 5-day moving average because any security above the 5-day moving average is bullish for that time. I expect us to hit this upper range today. It's a Friday, so there's option expiring. So I expect we'll probably hit it and probably drop and flatten out. You never know. We're above this 624, so hopefully we start squeezing up here. Let's look at the SPY. The SPY's levels for today are going to be 692.70 for the upper. $692.70 for the upper. The mid is 689.75. And the lower is 688.50. Oh, we're going to be above that. Okay. $688.50. Again, I expect us to keep rising here. We broke this line, which was previous resistance. And so, yeah, I expect us to reach these upper ends today. And then maybe flatten out because it's a Friday option expiring. All right, let's take a look at some stocks. Qubits is what some in the group wanted to look at. Qubits had the big drop before Christmas. Still above the 200. Still breaking out here. This was our bottom. Let's see how far we have come back. So we've dropped 60 every time. All right, we've dropped to the 38%. So I would expect us to have a reaction here, a rally. And then we'll probably drop again to 23, 24. But we could hold here. This is a completed area. So I expect us to get a a reaction. That is 3. So if we remain bullish, we could come out of here. See what the daily looks like. Yeah, I expect us to drop and hold that mid Bollinger on the daily and then go up. That's an ugly weekly candle, but that's all right if we're just starting. Yeah, I would hope for us to get a reaction here in the morning. Some kind of reaction back up to 29.30. But then I would be weary of another drop on this. But I do believe this is still bullish. Okay, another one was iron. Everyone in the group is looking at iron and APLD. Those two are similar. Iron is starting to look good here. See how see these levels right here? Right around 41. We're starting to hold that, and we're starting to push. We're in this box here. Need above 43. I have 42 on my other computer. But this looks like a falling wedge that we're breaking out of. I think iron is going to start getting bullish here. That would be my guess with iron. And my upper would be $70. Yeah, I would look for a big run and big spike to come out of this, out of all of this congestion right here. But it might take us some time to fight through this. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think iron is starting to turn here. A look at some silver miners, because everybody's talking about silver. Silver's going crazy. These miners have got to be close to topping for this cycle, this short cycle. I mean, this is moving away from all these moving averages. Weekly. And see, this still needs to go up. This still has a long runway. But these are starting to get all pretty far apart from each other. Did we break that? No, we haven't broken the 5 yet. So this isn't it's not bullish. This is just bullish. This is a squeeze up through here. So until this breaks the 5 MA, I'm still in Hecla. Until this breaks the 5 MA, then I'll get out. This is all-time highs here where we're at. A silver miner that has not reached all-time highs is this one. Look how it's consolidating here. This thing is going to get ready to pop. And like I said, this one has not reached all-time highs yet. It's one of the few laggards. And it's a good miner. There's no reason why it should be lagging like this. This should be at the 12, 13, 14 range. Yeah, we need to start breaking these RSIs. And look at this. This is just a big 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this is your 1, 2, and 3. And let's see how far. Because I think I had 12 for the first stop here. Oh, this has 10. Wonder what I was working off of. This larger wave. Yeah, around 1350 is where I'm looking at. And then this should be up with Hecla in the 20s in the future. But this is where I'm focusing right now for the miners, just because it's been lagging. And I think it's consolidating and getting ready to break out again. See, we're not moving as far away from these moving averages as Hecla has been. Okay, let's take a look at ASTS. I'm bullish on this one. I have a target of around 120. It should struggle around that 100 area. There's our bottom. There's our divergence. So this should come down. This should drop again. Yeah, we already broke the 50. You are above the moving averages. But no, I think this wants to drop again. Probably down to 70, upper 60s, and then I think it'll be ready to run again. Yeah, once it drops into the upper 60s. All right, let's look at neg. Just because it's in this falling wedge, and I'm curious to see if it wants to break out of this or break down, because it has done these fake outs right here at the bottom. Let's see if I can zoom, go to a larger frame so you can see this triangle here. See how it's bouncing here, like it like it's trying to fake you out. This could really go either way. That's why I just don't sell neg here. I'm up. There's no reason to sell. This could drop to like 44, 45. I could see that for those in neg. I don't really recommend neg. It's just a squeeze play. hopefully it's getting ready to go again. All right. Now let's go back to the cues. Oh no, let's not. Let's take a look at if retail's moving. And then I wanted to look at Under Armour because this stock is looking like it wants to break out. This stock has been bottoming around here for days. I started picking it up in here. I think I'm at like 420. It's my average, something like that. But I think we're getting bullish. I think this is starting to turn around. Where's your bottom on? Yeah, look at your bottom on the RSI here. You bottomed here, and then this is all just bullish divergence. I think this is, and here's my downtrend. We need to break this for me to get really excited. But I think there's a good future here for a good pop in Under Armour. This is your kind of inverse head and shoulders here. And your falling wedge that we're coming out of. And yeah, I'd like to see a good pop coming out of this. How do these look today? Oh, look at that ANF. Jeez, that thing is on fire. So is AEO. I bought that for a spike. Okay. Now let's look at cues for reals this time. Before we end this, moving up nicely. Moving up nicely. Big spike. Yep, let's keep this squeeze going. Let's rock and roll today. All right. I hope you all have an excellent day, an excellent weekend. Be safe, be brave, and most of all, good luck. Have a great day trading.